Ended up working a little late today, so I didn't get out here to do too much, but I did sneak out. I made a couple lines from my master cylinder to my ABS unit. Just bent up a couple little stainless steel lines, real simple. So now next step, I need to take that and get it installed into the Jeep. I want to get that in here before I put the engine in. The ABS unit's going to sit down here instead of up here. So I got to rebend these lines and get them brought over correctly once I have it in place. Hopefully it all works out and I don't have to run any new lines. Hopefully I can just use the existing lines. But if I have to run new lines, I can do that. It's just a little more work than I want to do. So after I get that done, then I'll come in and cut the motor mounts off. But that's a quick update on about all I'm going to accomplish today. I'll probably pick up on it again tomorrow if I can get done with work a little earlier. All right, it's Friday. I decided to take the day off and jump out here and start working on this. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to get the Hydroboost set up, installed, get all the plumbing done so that is complete, and bleed the brakes hopefully real quick. So I have one thing done. Then by the end of the weekend, I want to take and get this engine dropped in place. After I get the Hydroboost done, I'm going to come in, cut out the factory mounts on both sides. Then I could set this engine and transmission in there and fit up my new mounts from TMR. So here we go, I'll jump into it. So next step, I need to take all these lines here and get them run into my ABS unit. I just got to rebend the lines a little bit. I got plenty of line to work with. I just got to make sure that I can get the tool in here correctly to create the bubble flare. So that's what I'm going to work on next. I'm going to just work my way through. This is the back one on the face. Next, this was the first one on the top, and so on. I'll just try and keep these away from the unit a little bit so it's not rubbing up against anything. Don't want that, but there's plenty. If I have to, I can redo all the lines, but I don't want to. I mean, I got one that comes right to here. That one would be easy to remake. Maybe I'll just redo that one complete. But the others, I really don't want to have to run this much line. And this is why I wanted to do this with the engine out, so I could actually stand here and get to all this. So that's why I've been hesitating getting the engine in until I have this done. Because once I have this done, everything else is no problem to do with the engine in place. So I'll just keep going, keep plugging away at this until I get it done, and then move on. Well, it's not the prettiest, but it's in there, it's done. I had to cut these two lines shorter. The other ones, I just bent them around and got them to actually fit. So there's a little bit extra line down here, but nobody will ever see that. If I really need to, eventually I can just redo them, but that probably will never happen, to be honest. So next, I'm going to move in, I'm going to cut these off and keep moving forward. The Hydroboost setup, other than adding fluid to it, is done. I got to finish the lines up to the power steering pump, but they're all made. I just need to connect them. So next step, I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut these off. Well, I got the frame cleaned up on both sides. Got a little carried away and hit my airline here, so I got to replace this real quick as long as I have everything open. Luckily, I got another line here to throw in. I'll just have to buy a new one of them for the other air locker I have, but it's good to have that stuff laying around. I'll go through, reroute this. This is one thing I was going to show. This is from back in my four-wheeler racing days. I did this a lot to keep everything from rubbing a little bit. It's just silicone fuel line and a zip tie. So you pass it through the silicone around the tube and back through, and it gives you a nice little standoff that will flex a little bit. It's not very rigid. This is held up good for a few years. I never did trim the zip ties. I'll have to do that this time. But yeah, I'll just have to go through, change this whole thing, because that's not going to last anymore. It'll probably leak. Oh well. Once I get that replaced, then I can drop the engine in here and start making my motor mounts and transmission mount. I went to put on the advanced adapters transfer case adapter, and my transmission mount doesn't quite fit on there. Line up the holes. I still got this little piece of cast material, so I'm just going to take and grind that back a little bit so my transfer case mount, transmission mount fits on here. It's just the standard GM transmission mount. Since I'm going with polyurethane on the engine, I got to go with polyurethane on the transmission as well. So I'm going to grind that back real quick, then get it bolted back up to the transmission. Then I can drop the whole thing in and start fitting for a mount to the cross member. This one should be really easy. I'll design something up, cut it out on the plasma table. But then once I get that done, I can drop this whole thing in and start making my mounts to the frame, make it permanent. All right, there we are. Quick little grinder action. Got it trimmed back a bit, so now it fits on there nice and flat. I can get this bolted back to the transmission and stick the whole engine transmission in the Jeep. It's a new day, back out in the garage. I test fit the engine yesterday and found that I got some interference in between this upper link mount and my AC bracket, so I got to take and cut that back a little bit today. I'm going to try and cut that back, maybe see if I can make a new one to tuck it in a little bit tighter. My power steering pulley is really tight to the steering gearbox here. I'd like to get it a little bit further away, but my AC compressor is starting to run into the frame. So it's a balancing act trying to get everything in here, but it does fit. I could use it the way it is. I just want to see if I can do anything to tuck that AC bracket in just a little bit more. If not, I'll cut the factory bracket away. No big deal. Got the frame all cleaned up both sides yesterday, so that's ready to go. I made some engine mounts. I'll just have to weld these to the frame. I might have to make a 1/4-inch plate to go to that frame here, just for a little bit further support, spread out the load a little bit. Haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. I don't know if it's really needed. It might not, but we'll see. So first thing I'm going to do today actually is I'm going to make some spacers for my bump stop. When I put all this together before, the bracket here, the clamp, was hitting this upper bar by a little bit. So I want to get rid of that if I can, because I'd rather not remake this. This is a nice solid aluminum mount that I want to keep using. So I might make about a 1/2 inch more of spacers for this and see how that works. When I initially put it all in, I didn't have my plasma table going. Now I do, so I can easily make something and weld it on there and see how it works. I'll start with a 1/4 inch, go full bump, see how that works. Doing that will actually help my link clearance here. So I want to do that first before I start cutting anything away. So I got the plates drilled and tapped. I got the surface all cleaned up. Now I'm gonna just line it up off the bolts, sticking through a little bit there. And now I'm gonna tack weld it. I'll remove the bump stop and then fully weld it in. I actually have holes in here to rosette weld to get a good connection. So I'm gonna take and throw this on here now, get it welded in so I can have it sitting on the full bump, and then put the engine back in. I just cut out a few bump stop extensions out of some 1/4 inch plate. So I got a 1/2 inch of extension here. Got it sitting full bump now. And this is the one thing I wanted to clean up. I wanted clearance in between this clamp and that bar, and it is tight. But I can fit a piece of paper in between there. It's plenty clearance for me. Now I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna drill and tap those plates, get those plates welded on, and then I'll probably leave it at full bump, get the engine and transmission in there. That way I know exactly where this needs to be and I can clearance for it. So let's get going on that. With that, I'm going to call it a day. I got the plates welded onto the frame to add a little bit of support. There was some slots in there that I wanted to cover up. I didn't want to weld the actual engine mount over those slots, so I just welded a 1/4 inch plate onto the frame. Over here I got the engine mounts themselves welded up. I'll have to shorten them a little bit because of that 1/4 inch plate, but I'll do that when it's in there and when I can finalize everything. But for today, I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to call it a day, go in and take care of the dog. Thanks for watching.